Alright folks, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into this geriatric love boat called the Celebrity Reflection. The one where you pay a small fortune to pretend you're fancy while secretly hoarding extra dessert forks. We'll be dissecting everything from the boarding process to the stateroom that's big enough to avoid an existential crisis and a ship tour. Well, you'll learn where to hide from your family. And we'll also be covering the food experience because let's be honest, that's why we're all here. And entertainment, which is, well, let's just say it's a great way to justify those extra martinis. This is our review of Celebrity Reflection. The parking garage right next to the port. Not that full. It was $20 to park over here per day. It's not that bad, but it was definitely a drive to get here from the port gate. Keep that in mind.
A few minutes later.
So this is the waiting area where we can get some water. And over here, we just passed through security. We're just waiting for our turn to just get on the boardwalk. And now we're boarding the ship.
I hope we can go drop these suitcases off because she said the room's not ready till 12:30, but last time we were able to drop our suitcases off, so we're gonna try it. But I feel great. I'm ready to eat, but we gotta do muster first. Let's go. If only we could have brought the dog.
Well, no, that was a very smooth boarding experience. Very little people. And now we're trying to find the muster station.
A few moments later.
So that muster check-in only took like a minute. She explained to us what particular location of the ship we have to go to if there's an emergency and the location of the medical facility. But besides that, it only took a few seconds. But we did watch a video on the phone prior to boarding the ship. So they're using the same system as Royal Caribbean, where if you actually go to the mobile app, you're able to actually just watch a small 1-minute video for the safety check and the siren, and that's it. It's a bit of a very weird numbering system with the staterooms and the layout because we went to the wrong side of the ship because we were just, following the numbers as they increased to our stateroom number, but it turns out that they only have odd numbers that are balconies in the exterior, and ours is an interior cabin, so we have to go in a different part of the ship. We're gonna see if we're gonna chop off our luggage. That's one of the nice things about Celebrity that's different than Royal is they allow us to actually put our luggage in our stateroom before the rooms are ready.
Cut. Welcome to room 7184, which is an inside cabin on the 7th floor. What I will tell you is you don't get a phone signal in this room. You do Wi-Fi, you get Wi-Fi in here, but if you're in port, you do not get a signal, I guess, because all the steel or whatever. So just a tip on that. You have a bed, king size bed. It is a little firm. It's not like squishy soft like our room was at the hotel. So this is not a bed I would prefer, but it's a bed. Oh, you have cabinets up here. Kind of cool. 2 cabinets for upstairs storage. You have lights by the bed. I'm not sure how there's little switches here for bed lighting.
Any USB ports on that side?
No, there's no USB.
Any outlets?
Nope. Then you have a couch over here. It's a little worn. You can see here. It's starting to peel. Then when you come over here, you have pretty deep cabinets. Yeah. And like a granite countertop. You have a safe in this drawer. It's kind of cool. Or cabinet. And then you have, ooh. Oh, they put the chips in the thing. Yeah. Remember the chips were on the floor? We thought they were free chips.
They're not free chips.
But you have a loaded fridge here. I'm sure they charge you for each of these items. There is stuff in the fridge.
No Avion water?
No, yeah, they do have Avion.
That's
Avion sparkling water.
Sparkling.
Yeah.
Fancy.
So I'm sure you get charged for anything you take out of this refrigerator. Then you have a hair dryer. Show them the plugs over here.
So we got 2 American style plugs that we're currently using right now, and we have 1 European style plug. There's no USB anything here. Be sure to bring your own adapters.
And then they have the menu here. You hang this outside your door for 2 a.m. pickup. Continental breakfast is complimentary. Premium breakfast has a service fee of $9.95 per delivery. A 20% service charge is automatically added to your check. And when you open this up, these are your options. Then you come over here, you get your closet. Then you have your AC control here.
Old.
Really old.
Like the 1980s.
And this bathroom is very big. Big.
It's a big bathroom, man.
Lots of storage here. Then you got drawers. They give you drawers and stuff here. And your trash is in this cabinet. They do give you a body lotion. And they give you a shower cap and a vanity set. They give you shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel. This is how big it is.
She's currently modeling the shower
You close it.
with her onesie, romper.
No curtain, just a shower.
It's big though. It's big.
The bathroom.
It's one of the largest showers we've been on, actually.
To move around in this bathroom.
Yeah, you do have room.
Normally it's just,
Yeah,
but you have this little extra
yeah.
space. I think.
Just in case you want to do Pilates or
You
yoga.
have a full,
And the table. That's pretty much it.
and that's pretty much it.
And there's the TV.
Oh, and real quick, they still have the
Paper forms.
the paper
On
forms.
digital?
Not digital. Well, they have it on digital, but
I
they
know.
still give you
Paper.
paper, which is nice. Nice to have.
They're killing trees.
Anyhow, all right. That is our room. 7184 on the Celebrity Reflection.
Launched in 2012, which in cruise ship years basically makes the ship a fossil, last facelift 2022, with plans to revamp sometime this year. There is no promenade deck. Instead, they scattered lounges like they lost a drunken game of Jenga. Speaking of drinking, 13 bars. 13! That's enough to get anyone hammered and start yelling at the ocean. Not that Shay and I were ever tempted to do that. I'm just throwing options out there just in case you ever need to do some self-therapy on the ship.
And here is the view of the casino. Let me walk back out to get a sense of how big the casino is. Here's the casino areas, all the slot machines. Here's all the tables. Oh no, it seems like it's pretty sizable. Pretty big. It's a big area. It's a lot of tables here. I thought it would be a small because we're in a smaller celebrity ship, but it looks pretty good. You walk here in the center. And yeah, not bad. Not bad as compared to other casinos and other ships. Not bad. Sizable. Respectable.
Let's talk leisure. They've got gaming rooms with digital tables, perfect for pretending you're not slowly losing your eyesight, a quiet reading area, ideal for contemplating your mortality, and then this, a real actual lawn on a boat. Because why not? Nothing says luxury cruising like dodging rogue golf balls while you're trying to sunbathe on the grass.
This is the adult solarium area. It's already tranquil. But look how nice it is. They have neatly folded towels ready for us. And it looks very nice. Ooh, and look at this. Look at this bed right here. And it has a little table, but it has this nice, gorgeous view. Ooh, that's gonna be some hot real estate right there. Wow, look at this. Look at that. It's a big hammock bed. Look at that, the size of it. Although it looks like it's hard to get in and to get back out. Like it's like once you get in there, you're trapped. You won't be able to come back out. Uh-oh, folks. She's going in.
It might be a little hard to get out of.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, I'm afraid to do it. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get out of this thing. But
Do it, do it. Just dive in.
yeah, but I won't be able to get out.
You gotta roll. I'll pull you out.
Okay. You do it.
You
I'll
check her
film you
out
to
over
do it.
that?
I'll film you to do it.
Oh, here, it's already recording. Here I go.
See, you sink right in now. Trying to get out of that thing is
Comfy though.
yeah, that's definitely a one per.
Alright, let me see if I can get back out.
right, you guys, here's the test.
I don't know why I thought rolling was a good idea. Maybe I was thinking of stop, drop, and roll. But then I realized I'm not on fire. I look like a confused turtle that's been turned over.
Here's the test. All right, get out.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was ready to dial 911. A few seconds longer and Sherry would have left me for the buffet.
So easy. So
What?
Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last!
The Lido deck is basically an adult-only zone, not by design, but by demographic. The average age here is more leaning towards the older senior crowd. Think less spring break and more spring hip replacement, with plenty of options to lounge around and relax. Let's talk about the art on this floating resort, because nothing screams vacation like pondering abstract expressionism while inhaling your 6th meal of the day. For some of you, the topic of artwork on a cruise ship may not be of the highest priority. However, I do appreciate discovering the aesthetically pleasing piece of art while hunting the cruise decks for the next meal.
here's some of the nice artwork I display on this ship. So far, the artwork I'm seeing here is a lot better than on a Celebrity Summit, which, in my taste, it was a little out there.
But then I stumble upon this gold painted window blinds. Apparently this is art? I'm not sure what it's supposed to represent, but all I see is a trip to Lowe's and a can of spray paint. I feel like I could have made this in my garage for the time it takes to microwave a burrito. It's like the artist took something utterly mundane and thought, you know what this thing needs for it to be considered art? Make this thing gold. But overall, I did feel the artwork on the celebrity reflection was good. All right, settle down, you hungry wolves. Let's talk about the only thing that truly matters on our cruise ship, the edible distraction. I'm talking about food. Glorious, artery-clogging food. Now, after our last celebrity voyage, we were worried, was it a fever dream, a carb-induced hallucination? But fear not, the reflection delivers, and then some. Lunches, amazing. Dinners in the main dining room? Each course is a tiny, delicious victory, complete with fancy flavored butters and bread, because, we're classy. But the real star of the show, the buffet extravaganza. It's like they took every food group, threw it into a giant salad bowl, and then poured the resulting delicious chaos onto the table the size of a small country. Meats, seafood, cheeses that probably cost more than my first car, and pastries that would make a French baker weep in joy. I'm not going to lie to you, it was a spiritual experience, a religious pilgrimage of the stomach, if you will. My only regret, the cruel limitations of my human digestive system. I wanted to try everything. I needed to try everything. But my seasoned professional level eating skills were no match for this culinary onslaught. So here's some food porn for your viewing pleasure. Try not to drool on your keyboard, or do, I won't judge. let's talk about the entertainment, or as I like to call it, the gentle, soothing lullaby to boredom. Because while celebrity nails the food and service, they seem to think entertainment is synonymous for Napa. Yes, they have live music. Yes, you can dance, but let's be real. It's less dance party and more sweating to the oldies. Remember, this ain't no carnival, no belly flops contest over here. Just slightly less enthusiastic pool games. Think synchronized swimming, but with pool noodles. Nighttime entertainment, you know, the usual. Song and dance numbers that make you wonder if they hired the cast from a local community theater. And a magician. Nothing screams luxury cruise like watching a guy do the same tired card tricks while recycling dad jokes so cheesy they make a Wisconsin dairy farmer blush. I'm not saying it was terrible, I'm just saying I've had more thrilling experiences on other cruise lines. If you're looking for a place to practice your polite golf clap, though, then welcome aboard.
All right, here we are on the last day of Celebrity Reflection. About to disembark, having our last morning breakfast. What are your thoughts about the stateroom?
Stateroom was great. I liked it. It wasn't inside the cabin, so it was a little more congested in there for both of us when we're both up and moving around, but I have no complaints. It was great. The only thing is we never went to different memorial. We never really saw our room attendants. We saw them once. We didn't meet them, nothing, but they did clean our room twice a day, and we got chocolates on our pillow, and we got what's that thing, the daily planner, and
No towel animals.
no toweling. I guess they don't do them on Celebrity.
So you didn't mind having an interior cabin?
I didn't mind. It was a little weird because I never knew if it was sunny, if we were a port, if we were away from port. It was a little weird, but
Oh, we hardly even stayed in there.
we were on a group cruise. We were barely in our room except for sleep. So, yeah, I've learned our lesson. We're on the Celebrity, what were we at? Celebration, Carnival Celebration. We're on a group cruise. We got a balcony. We were never in the room. When you're on a group, or we're on a group cruise, we're never in it. So, pointless to spend all the extra money.
All right.
So anyhow, I would definitely recommend this cruise if you're ever looking for a short 4-day, 3-day cruise on the Celebrity Reflection. Give us the thumbs up and we'll see you in the next one.
Real quick, one last thing we're going to say. Getting out of the port in Fort Lauderdale, very smooth experience. Only took a matter of a few minutes to get out. And they just use facial recognition. You just recognize your face, so you didn't have to take out your passport. So very smooth, very easy, very straightforward. Now, the part that we actually got, there was a bit of a line, was waiting in line to get to a elevator inside the parking garage so that we're able to get to the second floor where we parked the car. But we learned a quick hack, which is if you actually go to the back of the parking garage, there's a second elevator. A bit smaller, but no one's there. So there's like 0 lines. And that's what we did. We ended up going to that elevator. Only took a few minutes of waiting. Got into that elevator into the second floor, and now we're in the car. If we didn't do that, if we waited for the main elevator, we would have been waiting a good half hour, easily, maybe even more, waiting in line for our turn to get into the elevator. So just in case, FYI, if you do come here and depart from the port, just know that expect some lines in the parking garage in order to just get to your car if you have luggage and you don't want to roll it up the ramp and you're waiting for the elevator.